Good morning, everybody from Japan. I see a lot of people joining now. Let's see your names. Anna, Carban Reguero, Elisa. Oh my God, so many. Alexandra, Elisa, Estefania. Elisa, I can't chase everybody's names. There are so many. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining. Good morning from Japan. It's about 5 a.m. here. It's nice and quiet, beautiful sunny day. About 21 degrees Celsius. Good morning from France. France in the house. I'm happy to hear that. Okay. Today I'm showing you around this ancient capital, Kyoto, Japan. Luxembourg. Beautiful. Let's practice. Hi, everybody. I really would like you to interact with me. I really would like you to talk to everybody. Please write any comments or questions in the chat. So to practice, if you don't usually do this, please tap the chat section on your screen and make sure your comment or question goes to all the attendees. Okay, not only to me, please. Send it to all the attendees, please. Carmen. Ohayo gozaimasu. That's good morning in Japanese. All right, please write your comment to everybody, to all the attendees. All right, and since there are a lot of people, I might miss some of your questions. And in case I miss your question, hello, man, thank you. I will have a short Q&A session. Oh, Germany, Munich. Good memory there. I've been there. I will have a short Q&A session at the very end, so please don't worry. And yeah, you can ask me the same question multiple times until I miss yours. Rome, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, let me introduce myself. Los Angeles, LA, beautiful, beautiful. Spain, Brazil, 5 p.m. the other side of the earth. Beautiful. Good morning, evening from Munich. Wow. Argentina, oh my God. Wow. Amsterdam, great. Italy, beautiful country. That's my honeymoon destination. I made pizza. Oh my God, that pizza there was a different level. All right, let's get it started. So please let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Masaki Mori. Please call me Makoon, just like raccoon, but say M. Germany, Austria. And I've been doing this tour guiding professionally for the past 6 years. I'm a national licensed government tour guide. But since COVID, I've been focusing on this virtual tour. And Japanese border is slightly open, but it's gonna be very hard for you guys to actually come here for a while still. So today, I'll give you a little sneak peek so you can really come enjoy this country. Maybe this year. Venice, beautiful. Okay, this is the beauty of virtual tour. I see people from all over the world. Okay, enough talking. Let me start the tour. Let's turn the camera, excuse me, don't get dizzy, please. All right. So 5 a.m. is nice and cool. Daytime, it will be like, oh my God, close to 35 degrees, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. It's nice and cool right now. I'm standing at the very edge of downtown Kyoto. Kyoto is the cultural and history center of Japan. And this is the most iconic area I am showing you today. And Kyoto is a very, very old city. And I bet some of you guys been here and some of you guys have never been here. So let's do a little fun quiz to start with. Here it is. Do you see the questions? How old is Kyoto about? Please tap. Oh, this is interesting. I see some people saying 120 years old. Some say 500, 800. Oh, more than half says 1200 years old. Beautiful, beautiful. You guys are great. All right. You guys are very good. Yes, Kyoto is about 1200 years old. And the beauty of this city, you see, this is a modern downtown right here. And this street, only 120 years ago, it looked like this. This is the exactly same street we are looking at. This picture. And then this view, exactly the same street. And I would say the interesting part and the most attractive part of Kyoto City is that it's a mixture of everything. Again, this is a modern downtown area. It's 5 a.m., but you can already see some people started to go into work. And when you turn around, the modern streets been changing. I am standing right here in front of the famous Yasaka Shrine. You don't have to remember the name. It's called the Yasaka Shrine. The Shinto Shrine of Japan, established around the 7th century, or some say the 8th century. It's just too old. People can't even know when it was exactly established. Is there audio? Yes, my side, I've been talking okay. And I think the Small World event group can hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay or no? Yes, okay, okay, great. Maybe you can tap the mute button, or I mean the, okay, okay. All right. So the Shinto shrine, some things changed, the other things stayed the same. And I just love to share a lot of pictures. Again, from 120 years ago, this, and you can pretty much see this hasn't changed much, eh? I'll stop the picture. This. That's the beauty of this city. With 1200 years of history, and for 1000 years, this has been the capital of Japan. So they are full of history and culture everywhere. A lot of things changed and a lot of things stay the same. Extra beautiful this time of the day. The local volunteers already cleaning the Shinto shrine ground. Sorry if it's gonna be a little bit loud for a little bit. or just red paint? No, this can be a postcard. All right. So, everybody, what's the meaning for the triangle? I got a question. What's the meaning of a triangle? Triangle. Oh, it was on the street, I guess. It was just a sign of intersection. It's a crosswalk. I'm not seeing the chat correctly. All right. So first thing, we are in a Shinto shrine, I said. Any chance you could turn the phone? Okay, excuse me, please don't get dizzy. One time. And one more time. Is it back normal? Great, great, thank you. All right, so Shinto is the indigenous religion in Japan. It's been around for, oh my God, it's a very unique religion. We don't know when it was established. It's just too old. And there's no teachings. And they don't believe in one God. They believe in 8 million different gods. So the idea is kind of like animism. The God, or some people don't like to call it a God. Some people like to call it a nature spirit. Nature spirits are everywhere. In these stone stairs, or in the sky, in the beautiful green maple trees, or even each grain of rice. There are Shinto gods everywhere. So let's respect and fear the nature kind of idea. And right here, ooh, what a beautiful day today. This is a special shrine, and this is a shrine we especially need right now. Because, okay, so downstage, we're gonna have a closer look across from the main hall. And in the main hall, they enshrine a Shinto god of pandemic. I'd like to show you how I give a little prayer to the god in Shinto way. That's so beautiful. I just have to show you the view first. Again, it's 5 a.m., but there's a very keen worshiper giving a prayer. All right. Main hall. And a security guard. All right, so I'd like to give a prayer here, so I can, okay, maybe I can pray so you guys can actually come to Japan maybe by the end of this year. May the COVID over soon. Okay. So if you would like, you could do this with me if you don't mind. If you have different beliefs, it's okay. Okay. Oh, thank you for saying thank you. The interesting thing here, it's not where you make a wish. It's more like where you make a vow. Meaning, it's not like, hey God, please give me $1 million. No. Like you don't knock somebody's door and don't say that, right? Shinto gods are sometimes like very much like human. They'd be like, who are you? I'm not gonna give you $1 million. But it's more like Shinto god, I'll try to stay healthy, do exercises every day, eat well, and I treat other people nicely. So please give a blessing to us. May the COVID over. It's always important to make a promise to to yourself. It's very important. So for now, I'll put the camera down here and go there and give a little prayer. And in your head, you can say, like, I'm Makoon from Japan, who you are and where you're from, and make a promise to yourself and think about something you want to achieve in the future. Okay, let's go. All right, I'm back. I actually made a mistake in the order. So when you do this, to the main god enshrined here, the god of pandemic. And you don't have to remember his name. His name is Susano Ono Mikoto. Super long name, right? So I was thinking again, I'll eat well, stay healthy, be nice to other people. So let this country be open to foreign tourists. I think this is very meaningful. Oh, わかりました。はい、すぐ出ます。Okay, I'm like, not too loud, please. I'm sorry. All right. So, I think it's very meaningful to actually make a promise to yourself and actually think about it. When we are busy on our everyday life, we sometimes forget why we are working, what's the real purpose of life and everything. So here and there, you just think about an important promise to yourself. And that way, it's not just a, little ceremony you are doing, but it's gonna be actually meaningful to ourselves, eh? So thank you for giving myself a chance to do this with you guys. Oh, right out of the shrine from 7th century. It's a restaurant slash cafe. 5 a.m. It's closed. Oh, thank you, Alex, for saying thank you. 5 a.m. It's closed, but oh my God. Look at the shaved eyes. They are shaved eyes. So big cube of ice slashed really thinly. So it's got the texture of snow. It melts in your mouth with different syrups, or sometimes with rice dumplings and red beans. Yeah, more like slush. It's like smooth version of frappuccino with different flavors, like strawberries, kiwis, or green tea syrup. Yeah, right. And Kyoto is not only about sweet, but specialty is tofu. Ooh, reflection. You know what? This is interesting. When I show you this kind of cafe or restaurant, it's not just a cafe. This one, it's huge. It is huge. For one person, you can't finish it. This cafe or restaurant is actually 480 years old. Isn't that amazing? And this is a pioneer of geisha culture. Famous geisha culture, right? If you have seen the movie Memoirs of Geisha, the famous one, you get a brief idea, but it's a little bit more exaggerated and dramatic. There are about 280 geishas in this city. So geishas are professional female entertainer slash artist. And this restaurant right here is a very start of the geisha culture back in 400 years ago. It's really interesting. Let me share a story. Since this shrine has been always popular from the day one, from the 7th century, by 1600, a lot of famous people came here. And one of the most powerful persons in the country, called Shogun, back in the day, came here. And he's like a prime minister of that time, right? So he would come with a lot of bodyguards and everything. And the local business people, they're like, oh, high class people, rich people. It's a good business chance. And what they did is like they started serving tea right here, right in front of the shrine. You know, made like a food stalls here. Okay, high class people, we have tea. And soon these high class people wanted more. They're like, here's not enough. I want, some nice food. And they started serving the tofu you just saw. Okay, this is Kyoto specialty tofu. But then, let me show my face. Turn the camera. Super creative Kyoto people. They didn't just serve you tofu, right? They're like, okay, we'll serve you tofu. They had a live band right here, and the young lady wearing bright red apron, which was not typical back in the day, started cutting tofu live, like tofu dance. And soon people were like, wow, that is so crazy. And it went viral. And people started thinking like, oh, okay, I want to see that tofu dance and have the nice tofu and have some tea, have some nice sake, the alcohol with it. There, the start of the geisha culture. It's always interesting. You don't, sometimes your business chance is right there and you don't miss it. Eh? And okay, let's turn the camera one more time. I'm gonna walk to the most iconic street of Kyoto shortly. But meanwhile, so I've just joined this small world community, and it's really interesting. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are business experts, right? So I want to ask you a question. Maybe you have already, but if you don't, if you win a lottery, and if you have $1 million, what would you do with $1 million? That's a lot of money. I have my answer, but I'll keep it quiet. Travel, travel. But everybody misses the invest business mind, Elisa. Very cool. Yes, a lot of people would have the same idea, right? Travel, invest, build kids. Oh, beautiful. Build buy house, we'll go traveling. A lot of things, right? Beautiful, beautiful. Interesting. You know why I asked this question? Of course, it has to do with the tour, right? Because, before I talk, sorry, before we talk about $1 million, I'll show this to you. A vending machine. In Japan, you can find vending machines everywhere, like on this narrow alley. And this shows how safe Japan is. They are everywhere, back street. And there's no real slums in Japan. I have never seen one vending machine broken into. And right now it's summertime, it's really hot. So they are all labeled yellow, that's the price, so like 130 yen. It's about $1. So behind it's all blue, right? So it means they are cold drinks. But then, this is live. What is the name of that shrine? It's called the Yasaka Shrine. Y-A-S-A-K-A. Yasaka Shrine. Okay, everybody, when you comment, please comment it to everybody. You can choose send to, right? Not only to me, but please send it to everybody so we can all have fun together. Okay, this is live. So you have any questions, please ask me. And surprisingly, in wintertime, half of them are labeled with red colors, meaning they are hot drinks, they are cold drinks. And the menu changes like every month. This little machine on the street shows how safe Japan is and Japanese hospitality. When you come to Japan, please look for interesting vending machines. There are vending machines selling ramen noodles, even sushi, or hot pot, some interesting things. All right. So back to the topic. $1 million, hey, that's a lot of money. One man, about 70 years ago, he was the owner of Imperial Hotel in Kyoto, super rich man. And he deeply, deeply loved this city. So he wanted to do something to this city. So if you have been to Kyoto, there is famous World Heritage Golden Pavilion. And there's a beautiful Silver Pavilion. But not too many people know the hidden gem. Oh, beautiful sky, by the way. Ta-da! Copper Pavilion or Bronze Pavilion right here. So the owner of Imperial Hotel, he wanted to make a new landmark of the city he loved. So using his private money, not only $1 million, actually, more like $10 million, he built this 70 years ago. Interesting how this city attracts people like that. But not too many people know about this copper pavilion today. Even the locals, they come by here and they look at the little pagoda right there and they'd be like, oh, what is that? But sometimes not too many people understand what you do, right? But you understand what you do. So I'm sure he was happy. All right. And we are in the most iconic area of Kyoto called Higashiyama area, the eastern mountain area. Kyoto is surrounded by mountains. We are at the foot of the eastern mountain. We are walking at the eastern edge. And this is considered to be the classic Kyoto, the name of my tour today. And it's considered to be one of the most beautiful area in Kyoto. You know what's interesting? I used to live in Vancouver, Canada for about 10 years. And there were beautiful gardens, beautiful streets, decorated with flowers and a lot of things. But this one, if you look, beautiful sky though. Can't you see there are like no real decorations? Not too many flowers or anything, no sculptures, art, it's just stone tile street, right? That's an important part of Japanese culture. The highest aesthetic beauty in Japan is called wabi-sabi. Is Japan open for travel? Katrina asked me if Japan is open. Technically, yes, but it's very difficult right now because the border major goes like 20,000 people a day only. And also you would have full itinerary with a tour guide from the start to the end. So the tour guide has to stay with you from the airport you arrive in and stay with you until the airport you are departing from. And you need to do that through the travel agency and request for a visa. So it's quite a process and it costs way more than the normal state. Thank you for asking a question. That's why I am doing this, right? So this can be a great preview for you to actually come to Kyoto, Japan and enjoy this. So wabi-sabi sounds like wasabi for sushi, right? Wasabi, but put B in between. Wabi-sabi. The definition goes, it's a serenity in elegant silence. And it's a beauty of refined rusticity. The Japanese beauty is not adding, but more like cutting off. You cut off unnecessary part, cut off, and has the very essence of the beauty. And sometimes minimal, right? It's 5:30 a.m. That's why it's so quiet. Daytime, it's pretty busy here. It's a beauty of simplicity. It's a beauty of imperfection. Sometimes, like this 400-year-old Buddhist temple we are going in, it's so old that the stone tile, they start growing moss. And, the moss in other cultures, they sometimes get rid of them. But they are beautiful as it is. When they get old, they grow moss and they get different colors. And they sometimes feel nostalgic. It's beautiful like that. Refined rusticity. I think the close feel is like if you have a yard and maybe you have a swing that your dad made, and after 20 or 30 years you still have the swing in your yard, but it's all like kind of rotten and growing moss. But sometimes you look out of the window and see the swing. It brings you back a nice memory of you and your dad and feels nostalgic. And it's not super new and clean, but still very beautiful. I guess that's like a closer feel of Japanese beauty, I guess. It's a very hard concept to understand, but I think it's a very important thing to share. Aesthetic, eh? Alex, thank you. All right. Now we are 400-year-old Buddhist temple called Kodaiji Temple. Again, you don't have to remember the name. I said earlier we are in a Shinto shrine of pandemic, and now we are in a Buddhist temple. Japanese sense of religion is very interesting. Buenos Aires, welcome to Kyoto, Japan. All right. So Shintoism, the shrine, is an indigenous religion in Japan. But by the 6th century, Buddhism came to Japan. Beautiful, right? And often temples would have a long path or stairs like this to separate the everyday world to a sacred world. And there are minor conflicts here and there in the history, but interestingly today, Buddhism and Shintoism or Christianity, they are coexisting together in this country. So if you ask random Japanese people, you make friends with them, then ask, like, what religion do you believe in? They will say, I don't know. Or, I wonder if I have any religions. But are they atheists? No, no, no. In Japan, religions or religious practices are so close to our everyday lives. So people don't even realize they are practicing religion. So the prime example would be the end of the year, December 24th and 1st. They celebrate Christmas. And then next week, December 31st, they would come to this temple to purify themselves for invisible sins committed that year. And the next day, on the New Year's Day, they would go to a Shinto shrine to wish for a happy New Year. That's 3 different religions in 1 week, right? The very interesting country in many ways. So 5:30 a.m. and oh, it's summertime. The green is so strong. We can barely see the view of the city. Usually we can see the very beautiful city view, but this is still a nice view. You can see the city with the sunlight framed by beautiful green trees, actually cherry blossom trees. So springtime, they're gonna turn pink. And again, we are at the foot of Eastern Mountain. Let's look at the Eastern Mountain. And I turn around. 5:40 p.m. Totally the opposite side. 12 hours. So you can see a great Buddha, Buddhist god, looking over the city and giving blessing to the city at the foot of the Eastern Mountain. Again, at the beginning, I said the charm and the great attraction of Kyoto City is a mixture of everything. It's a mixture of religion, mixture of nature and traditional culture. And we see the vending machine and the modern culture in the city. Everything is so close by. The sky today is extra beautiful. I just wonder, have you been to Japan before? If so, please put your hands up. At least, yes, very often. Great. Oh, next year, please, please. To Tokyo. Tokyo is great. And Kyoto is very different. So next time, please come to Kyoto. Yes, many times. And I'm sure you are never tired of Japan. To Sapporo and Kyoto, great. Sapporo, Hokkaido, the northern island. Kyoto and Nara, culture and history. COVID stopped you, eh, Alex? This beautiful city, always waiting for you. And there are inspiring stories everywhere, every corner of the street. There are stories to tell. Yeah, now we know each other. I really hope you actually come to Kyoto and see you guys in person though. Pagoda, traditional culture. And behind you can slightly see the needle, Kyoto Tower. Again, the mixture of modern and tradition. Oh, busy with business, eh? Yeah, please come here on a business trip, but maybe try to come on Friday and have Saturdays and Sundays off. And we can maybe make a day trip to Kyoto. Even though virtual tours are great, I hope you are enjoying this. But then, in my opinion, it can never beat the actual tour, right? So I hope this is gonna be a nice preview and becomes useful and give you a motivation to actually come to this city. because when my iPhone 13 Pro, really nice camera, nice picture quality and everything, but it can never deliver you the smell and the air and the feel. And your eyes are the best cameras, right? And your brains are the best memory card. No technology can beat that. Or experience with your friends and family, eh? Yeah, so the major, after COVID, for past 3 years, I'm enjoying Japanese technology, thank you. Japanese technology by using Apple phone right now. Well, Shinto Shrine God of Wi-Fi and technology is blessing me right now, so I'm good. It's not just a joke, actually. There is a Shinto God of electricity, actually. So again, 8 million different gods, right? Interesting idea. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of virtual tours nowadays, but my major purpose is sharing a lot of details about the city, so I can motivate you guys to actually come to this country. All right. Oh, time flies, eh? It's already close to 6 o'clock. So I am heading to the final destination. Oh, I got a question. What's your favorite city in Japan? Kyoto? Thank you for asking. Are there any tour companies you recommend? Tour company. Oh, sorry, I pulled the mic. Excuse me. Okay, so first, my favorite city, definitely Kyoto, because I'm not from here actually, but I just love this city and moved here 10 years ago because I just love this city so much and I wanted a job to introduce city. And that's why I'm doing this tour guiding job. And other than that, I love Hokuriku, northern area of Japan. Great seafood. Everybody, please note, there are great sushi in Tokyo and Kyoto and everything, but nothing can beat the fresh fish from the Japan Sea. The northern part of Japan, it's a totally different ones. So please consider it if you come here, the northern part of Japan. Okay. And tour companies I recommend. I recommend me, not a tour company, I'm a tour guide. So, but if you need a tour company for visas and everything, currently I am sometimes working with this travel agency called Go With Guide. They specializing in private tours. So it can fully meet your need. Go with guide. So maybe that's my recommendation. And of course, for group tours and everything, there are big ones like JTB. All right. All right, so here, this is the classic Kyoto feel. Narrow streets mixed with everything. Okay. So ancient street. Ohayou gozaimasu. I just say good morning. And right beside, the beautiful hotel. Okay, so business and the locals. Oh, yes. My contact info will be shared at the end. Peaceful, right? And a lot of houses have these bamboo fences, right? So beautiful. Excellent, guys. American. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I hope to meet him. Andrew Williams, thank you. These bamboo fences are called dog away. Like dogs go away, right? They don't want beautiful houses messed with dog pee. I am not joking. Dog away. And even they are beautiful. And all these small houses, right? Over 150 years old. Machiya town houses. Usually they have business downstairs, like cafe or hotel. This one's cafe. And upstairs, they live there. Private residence. And again, vending machine. This time, it's a beer vending machine. No teenagers would buy one, right? Everything is so convenient and accessible. Modern culture. So the business local, and this is one of the biggest tourist area, tourists, tradition. On this narrow street, car. Everything is mixed. And now everybody, please be ready to say wow. Okay, let's go. When I turn left here, we see the pagoda from 582. Nearly 1500 years ago, right? Again, the beauty of Kyoto. It's a mixture of everything. Okay. This is so tall. My neck hurts. Oh, so beautiful silhouette shined with the morning sunlight. I've come here literally like hundreds of times, but I never ever get tired of this place. And I was worried today because just by yesterday, I checked out the weather forecast and it said the thunderstorm. I'm not joking. But thank you, you guys from all over the world. Brought the nice weather. Isn't this something? Okay. Yeah, coming to an end, but there are so many things I want to share. Let's do a fun pop-up quest. You know, this thing is super tall, right? And remember, I said this one was built like 582, 1500 years ago. And everybody knows Japan is an earthquake country. So that's the question right here. Okay, how can I do this? Excuse me. I wanna, 1 second. I would like to do a quiz with you guys. Okay. Okay, it's already on. So how many days of earthquakes does Japan experience in 1 year? Oh, I see a lot of people answering 40 to 50 days, 200 days, 364 days. That's a lot. 40 to 50 days are winning. Okay, that's about it. Okay, that's about it. Okay, here's the result. Then all those, okay, 4 people got the right answer. Congratulations. So you can go to the Ministry of Climate. The website shares how many earthquakes and how many days of earthquakes Japan experiences every year. And let's say 2017, 364 days of earthquakes. And of course, not everything one of them are major. Like some of them are intensity 1 and 2, multiple thousands of times. Gabriel, thank you for joining. Thank you. And a lot of multiple hundreds of intensity 3 and 4, that is pretty scary. You can really feel it. And deadly ones like intensity 5 and 6 and 7. Every decade, there is a deadly earthquake. Japan is standing right in between 2 plates. Not right now, but yes, I do feel earthquakes pretty often. And people are used to it. And this ancient architecture, they didn't really know the science, but they knew it works. The iron pole goes all the way down to the foundation, and it's just sitting on the round rock. So when the ground shakes with the ground, it isn't the impact of the earthquake. And this one has been burnt down by lightnings before. So current one is only 400 years old, but it had never been destroyed by earthquakes. Quite a technology, right? And 2012, the tallest tower in Japan called Sky Tree was built in Tokyo. That's 2012. And they had the same middle iron pole, flexible pole, taking advantage of this architectural technique. It's quite a knowledge from back in the day, right? Really beautiful. Okay. So again, Japan and Kyoto in a short wonder. I really hope you guys got the essence. It's the mixture of everything: modern tradition, spiritual, material, religious, commercial, lot of different things, nature. And this country has a lot of interesting ideas and philosophies like wabi-sabi, religions, open to different religions. Arigatou gozaimashita in Japanese. Thank you. And architectural techniques and earthquakes. There's always good and bad. Many earthquakes, but then we have special minerals, and we get a lot of hot springs and great fish. Okay, let me show my face at the end. Yeah, so it's about 6 o'clock and it's time to say goodbye. And once again, thank you very much, everybody, for joining from all over the world. It was a great experience for me. And it's my passion to share this Japanese culture and history with you. And please come to Kyoto. And a small world event group will send you the links for my contact info and also tipping links. I basically do this for free, and I love to do it. I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, if you can support me, it's totally optional. You don't have to, but if you can support me financially, that'll be great. I can keep going and I can keep on creating new tours. And I hope to share more of Japanese cultures with you guys. All right. So anybody, if you have any other questions, please ask now. Thank you, everybody. Arigato. Okay, so for now, I'd like to say goodbye. Sayonara, have a nice day, have a nice evening, have a sweet dream. Goodbye from Japan. Sayonara.